All right, here we go. To watch this video for Wednesday, March 7th, showing you the SPY here. Actually had a pretty strong day where it looked like we were going to roll over after gapping up and ended up closing, pretty close to where it opened. But I would tell you that in after hours, let's see, we closed at 272.89. We're at 268.92 right now. So trading, I believe it's because Cone resigned. We're trading somewhere down here. I don't think it's a big deal. But, sometimes after hours reactions are a little exaggerated. Anyway, just know that we're probably going to gap down tomorrow. It doesn't mean there won't be some good trades. So here's what I'm watching. My list isn't very long tonight. YY gapped up on earnings and promptly sold off from 140 down to 117. So like $23 a share. I think that's a little bit much, and we might get a nice bounce tomorrow. We'll see. Weight Watchers, WTWs, 4 or 5 days down in a row. It's not like it's at any kind of great support though, but I still think it's overdue for a bounce, so we'll keep an eye on that one. TENX just had this crazy move, 4 sessions ago from 441 to 1263, and closing pretty close to its highs today after looking like it was, rolling over and going to completely go all the way back down to where it started. So, I think that's worth watching for a push higher tomorrow. Again, we'll have to see now with see how the market opens tomorrow. This CLSD, this is a very bizarre chart. You gapped up, popped, and then reversed. And next thing you know, you gap up a little bit today and completely, well, I don't want to say completely engulfed, but, briefly took out yesterday's high. That is, I just did not see this coming. I never got involved in this today. And it's actually a little bit weird now because it's made such a big move from the high to the low yesterday, and then from today all the way back up to the highs. So, generally, you'd think something like this is going to start chopping sideways for a while, but it's strange enough action that I'm going to put it on a chart. How about that? AMTX, big move today from like 70 cents to almost $1.30 before settling in at 105. Certainly worth watching tomorrow. PYDS. Pretty nice move today. The candlestick, went from 183 to 234. We'll see if we get a follow-through day tomorrow. Not in love with this one, but it doesn't cost me anything to have it on a chart. Really not in love with this list tonight, to be honest with you. ZTO, a big move today up to that 17 resistance. It kind of had that area here, and got up there on decent volume today. I'm going to watch that one tomorrow. Cree, big breakout today. You kind of had a little cup and handle going on and a big breakout. Certainly worth watching tomorrow for a follow-through day. And then TROV, sub-dollar stock, had the pop back here to 44 cents, and then another pop to 43 cents, and then kind of a quiet inside day today. So that one goes on long watch for tomorrow. We'll add some gappers in the morning. I'll tell you, morning gap plays generally are my favorite plays, right? When they set up properly. I tell my members this in chat all the time. Buying the opening print on something is a complete coin flip, all right? So if anyone is teaching you to buy the opening print, it's just nonsense, all right? I hear from people all the time. They join my chat and say, well, this other room, this guy would just buy the open, and we would all pile in, and then it was musical chairs and so on. Buying the open isn't a setup. It's a guess. A stock can gap up, and it can run, or it can run and fail. It can gap up and tank and then rip higher. It can do anything, but nobody knows, okay? So you have to have a setup. So anyway, what I started to say was morning gap plays for me right now, the setups that I look for just aren't happening. And even if they do happen and they're fairly clean, they're rarely following through. I love trading the open. And when I say trading the open, it never means at the open. It usually, my first trade won't be till at least 3 minutes in, and that's only with a proper setup and everything's lined up. But right now in this environment, those are not working at all. So we have kind of segued in our chat room over to finding strong stocks in the morning, and it gives them plenty of time to set up, buying that first pullback using methods we teach. Also, reversal plays on an intraday basis. I'm still in cash every night no matter what, but we're segueing over to stuff that's working right now. And the definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over and expecting a different result, right? You have to listen to the market. It's one of the intangibles that really separates professional traders from everybody else. They say 90% of people fail. It's not talked about very often, but that is one of the main reasons people fail. You might learn a system, you might learn a setup, and you might be able to repeat it over and over again. and then all of a sudden it stops working, and you think all of a sudden you're trading like crap. A lot of times it's the underlying market. And it doesn't necessarily mean the overall market's weak. It just means, hey, that setup isn't working right now. And it happens. And the market ebbs and flows. And it happens. And so, some setups don't work for a while. And maybe shorts jump all over a certain setup and they win and they win and they win. And then all of a sudden, shorts start failing, right? Those same setups that are shorts are making a killing on, all of a sudden it's not working. And then, that same setup works for long. So you have to be able to identify quickly when things aren't working and adapt. And even if you're a great trader and you handle the same setup over and over and make money, and then all of a sudden it stops working, that's a big factor, is being able to say, okay, what should I focus on now? Looking at 1,000 charts a night if you have to, looking at what is working, and then moving over to that, right? Because you have to stay in the game no matter what. All right, that's my lecture for the night. I'm going to quit babbling. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Have a good night.